There's a bit of Sin inside of it, but lots of poke as well with the Ezreal, which is very good against Griffin's team composition. But all around, pretty much just stable, generic themed comps.
I'm trying to go into OPGG at the moment and see exactly what the win rate of Mordekaiser against Set is. Can't quite find it, but he's not under the strong against Set or anything like that. He's not countered by Set either, but again, that's just OPGG because I was curious, as you did mention it. Tempt hopping on the Taliyah. Taliyah can be a bit of fun if you have a safer lane and you have other champions in your lineup that have a lot of CC or ability to force them over your rocks.
Well, the Orianna and the Jarvan, we'll see how they can actually fare against the Taliyah, because if Taliyah just gets to roam a lot, there's a lot of problems that could end up being created. Okay, the game is starting off. Taliyah has Corrupting Potion as her first item. Gonna take a look at the runes here in likely a second. Ucal with the heal on the Orianna. Also Airy, not gonna be taking Spellbook.
You can see the pool party MF skin. There's like rain falling around her.
Yeah.
I thought it was bubbles at first, but it's not. It's like rain splashing in puddles. You know what I mean? Like, look at it.
I like to imagine that.
Or maybe that's just her running in the river.
No,
actually,
no. It happens when she's on land as well. Yeah. See that insect that's with her? Maybe she smells. Maybe that's all just flatulence.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Not this again.
Not this again. That Taco Bell really hit the spot.
Oh, man. Don't remind me of Akali's Shroud from yesterday.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good. Did we ever get the answer?
Great one. No, well.
What was canon on?
What was canon? No, I don't think they mentioned that. How she makes her shroud. If anyone has the answer, go ahead and at LSXYZ9. The most unnecessarily complicated Twitter ID of all time.
Do you know what the 9 is?
September.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
I'm a September baby as well. By the way, you were born.
I was born a day after you.
Well, 2 years and 1 day after you.
Correct.
Your birthday is literally the day after mine.
Do you know what time you were born?
I think it was, I don't know. I know it was a Saturday. I think it was morning?
I was
or middle of the night.
I believe 7:42 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah. Right.
It's very specific.
Yeah. I know because I believe there was a couple of years where my uncles wouldn't say happy birthday until that time.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah. Thanks. Well.
Okay.
Oh, we got a big trade.
Yeah, we got the Ignite going down here. Irove actually flashes away, and Vsta, that was a pretty sick Mystic shot. Kind of threaded the needle on that one.
Yeah.
Gotta hand it to him. He is ready to play after coming out from being benched 2 games in a row.
And Cuvee up here in top lane just shoving really hard into the Mordekaiser. And this is very reminiscent of game number 1, where the set counter pick comes in, and then right out of the gate, it's already losing. As Wave is now pushing away from Cuvee. So, when you consider that Haru should be able to run through mid lane to left side Scuttle Crab, if Cuvee pulls the wave and doesn't push back out immediately, we could have a gank setup end up occurring. But Haru starting the Raptor camp. This is where I wish that we could draw on the minimap to sort of further explain the point.
Yeah.
He could be running across already on the Scuttle Crab left-hand side, and if Mordekaiser pushes up like this, you press the Q on set, you run across to the Mordekaiser, land the face breaker, and it's a pretty easy kill setup. And if you're holding a freeze, if he would just go in ward like this, he would die. And so, if we're wondering in the LCK, why do we just play ping-pongs with lanes, it's because lane manipulation and coordination with the jungler, like what we just mentioned, doesn't happen. Instead, we're gonna full clear. Full clear on stage.
Yeah, sometimes players will do very temporary freezes.
This is a frozen wave.
Yeah, sometimes players will. And it's kind of like they understand it in very niche scenarios in the laning phase only. And then, for some reason, once we hit mid-game, it's just like all out the window. And maybe they say, oh, well, I don't want to be out of position for the objectives, but a lot of the time this is when there are no objectives on the map. There's no Dragon, no Rift Heralds, no Baron. And no ability for the enemy team to do them if they are up.
We're just having full clear after full clear. Lee Sin gonna run right back down. And also, he picks up the Warhammer, so you get the 5 AD, you get the CDR. But is the completion more valuable than getting the Talisman? Well, doesn't really matter. Gonna come over here, and they're gonna get the Ocean Dragon for themselves.
Yeah, no Ocean Drake, no Ocean Soul today, so I don't get to sing Ocean Man again.
A good second dragon would be Cloud, and it's gonna be Infernal. The reason that I'm saying Cloud is that we could have an exciting Soul that could potentially come up, guaranteed. And there it says what it does, 2.5% missing health. So when you really do the math on that, it's not that much. If you're missing 100 HP, you get 2.5.
Per second. Per second. 60 seconds. That's a lot of health. Okay. Actually, it's exactly 150 health. See
the thing here
math on screen.
Is Griffin, yet again, they just seem content to be wave clearing back and forth, and Sword is almost down 30 CS in top lane at 7 minutes. Yes, there is a very big minion wave right here. I don't think he's going to get all of the CS. Tarzan is in close proximity. Here we go.
Oh, nice seismic shove, but no kick available, and Haru just groups up for it. Here's a really fast boy.
Yeah, Lehends, that is a very quick.
That's a fast boy, man. He's not messing around. Oh, really nice play, and he's going in. That's going to be a dead Tarzan. George returns to the Rift as Haru will pick up first blood.
And so that was a really nice spellbook usage by Lehends to run in there with the Ghost. Flayed Tarzan right back into him, and flashing away did not end up doing anything. So now Tarzan, he's going to lose his red side jungle as well. Haru going to find himself level 6, has the advantage now. And we take a look at how this all transpires. Ucal trying to get this last shove in on the wave here, and ends up getting out of this. Knows that Lehends is running from the right-hand side, and Ucal not wanting to commit his flash. Tarzan, I'm not sure what he was doing there. He could just EQ out, and then Orianna flashes if need be. But ends up trying to live. Oh, he's playing on. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Jarvan. I did it. Alright, yeah, use flash. And really, this game just seems to be getting a little out of control, and I am so impressed, by the way. It does look like we are getting another Trinity Force game here.
Nice. Out of Cuvee once again. He's one of the holy ones, one of the holy sets, if you will, as Vsta does have his flash, but you know what he's got that's better than a flash is a Lehends. He's back again. And now we got Hanwha Life just collapsing on this team. Tempt. We'll hope that he has some damage here. Looks like he does. Should have picked up a lost chapter. Nice movements here from Irove, but it will not be enough. That's 2 kills now extra going the way of Hanwha Life. They are really on point today, especially Lehends.
Yeah. And game number 3 is really just lining up to be a stomp here. 1.5 minutes until the next Infernal Dragon comes up. Lee Sin almost has his Warrior Enchant complete, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. He's probably going to get it
on
when
his
he
recall?
Yeah, he's going to get it when he goes back. And that's a scary Lee Sin.
Cuvee coming back over here. Has a very large surplus of minions here to eat underneath the turret. As, let's take a look at this one more time. Irove and Tarzan trying to come in.
On Vision.
Yeah. I mean, on Windows Vista.
They were on the screen.
Yeah. Tarzan. Okay, well.
God, George.
Eventually brought down. Yeah, George of the jungle. Did finally get killed. Irove doing his best to try to dodge. Didn't matter. Haru came in.
I think I probably would have handed that kill to the Talia.
Yeah.
You really want to get your Talia some kills so she can scale well. If she doesn't scale well, her rocks are going to be like... It's going to be like sand on the beach. You know what I mean? It's going to like feel nice in a way. It's going to scratch you like a little bit, but it'll actually do no damage. So you really need to hand her some kills and not steal her steal the kills as the Lee Sin. That would be my advice, but in the heat of the moment, they really wanted to just take him out.
I don't like sand, Valdez.
Yeah.
It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Shut up, Anakin.
Not like here. Here, everything is soft and smooth. That was one of the worst lines in the history of movies.
I rewatched those movies recently, with my girlfriend, and I was like trying to show her how bad it was, and it was so bad. It was almost hard for me to watch. There's probably some people from r/prequel memes that are really angry, but like, understand that the lines in that movie might be some of the worst we've ever seen out of like a really high budget film.
Yeah, that was something. I never saw anything out of Hayden Christensen after those movies either.
So sad. It's not even his fault.
It really isn't.
He's not even a bad actor. It's just like, after that was it.
Oh, that's a very nice ward.
You know what's interesting? I sometimes talk about how I feel bad making fun of like some people that have done work, like public work, because like what if they're watching and I'm gonna make them feel bad? You know, there was actually a person that watches StarCraft. You know Hopper from Stranger Things.
Yeah?
He reached out to Tasteless and Artosis. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I watch the GSL all the time.
Really?
Yeah. And they had like a discussion on Twitter. So I was just wondering now, like, what if Mr. Hayden's and he's watching us? He's like, yeah, that's right. I'm not that bad of an actor. It was just really bad lines. It's not my fault. I'm sorry. Sorry, Christian.
He starts crying into his handkerchief.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no.
Pepe hands.
Well, Hanwha Life. Meanwhile, they're going to summon the Rift Herald. They're going to get a lot of plates here in mid. They already got one.
Make that 2 more.
Yep. So 3 total. See if they can end up raising.
Number 4. Ooh.
Yeah.
Lehends helping out.
That's a lot of damage.
Huge amount of burst damage with the Talia, but unfortunately, Lehends. Not sure about that one. Really nice play by Mr. Tarzan. Trying to burst him down, though, here is Haru. It looks like he didn't have the energy or something. He didn't want to go on the Q. He's going to go down anyway. Tempt's rocks underneath that, so it turns out to be a 1-for-1 after all of the shenanigans.
1-for-1, but remember, they got 4 turret plates in mid. And that is a massive victory. Viper comes back down here, doesn't feel like he can waste any time, instantly wave clears. Sword, I'm not sure where that E was just going. As Haru and Tempt continuing to shove in mid lane. Ucal trying to do everything that he can in mid. He's slightly ahead in the CS department right now, but really this game is just running away from Griffin. Almost a 3,000 gold lead here, super early on, 14 minutes. for Hanwha Life. And yeah, Lehends, he landed the hook, he went in. But they don't know about Irove. He comes over, provides a lot of value here. Tarzan gets the knock up. They can't really do too much more though. And Haru, yeah, he could have taken that Q.
With the rocks on the ground.
Didn't end up doing it though, anticipating maybe the stopwatch perhaps.
Yeah. That one rock on the edge is what killed him with the seismic shove.
Yeah.
Might have another little play here. No, they're just going to hand over the blue to Tempt. And it does go on. Remember I was saying, Taliyah is awesome with teammates that have a lot of CC. And especially ones that can just hold you straight in place, like the Thresh. And Lehends, this is the second time he's roamed to mid, now the third time, as they're setting up for potential Cloud Drake. By the way, Cloud Soul did come up again. Kind of unfortunate there. But either way, I suppose the movement speed is really going to help out for a couple of their melees, the Thresh, and even Taliyah, just to get in range.
Oh!
Lehends in position again.
That's an interception.
And look at Tempt. He is going to be burst down here by the turret. He can finally, he's going to be able to turn around and get that last hit on him. Haru, not sure where you were, but you are going to die now. That's 3 kills given on over as Ucal did go down, but he was the one who really set up that play and bait Hanwha Life into the fight.
And Cuvee, I mean, he's not there at the fight, so Sword doing quite a lot of work there, but Cuvee, with this Trinity Force, raises the turret, TPs into mid immediately, and he's hungry for waves.
It's like Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Oh,
you know that game?
That's a good game.
That's him.
That
It
is
actually
a good game.
set
Now, hold on.
the Hungry Hungry Hippo.
Take a look at this interception. Ready? Look at Tarzan. All calculated.
Yeah.
Knocked up Tempt midair. Lehends playing for the enemy team there.
Look at Irove doing that DPS.
Yeah.
He's got a big hammer. You got to use it.
As Haru tries to get away against
sword.
What? How did that happen?
Sometimes it's better not to ask questions.
Okay.
Leave it, you know, kind of unknown. But
And
because of that pick, that means they get the Cloud Dragon.
Yeah, they get the Cloud Dragon for free. That's going to bring the game to Soul Point very early as well.
Just like
21
game 2.
and a half minutes is Soul Point. That is super insane, which means that we can have a 26, 27-minute Elder Dragon end up spawning here, and this is bad news bears. For Griffin, another turret going to end up getting raised. What is going on here? So they're both in mid lane, and Cuvee, utilizing the stun, ends up getting behind Sword, landing the superplex. Sword doesn't have Death Realm available, and why is he there?
It's kind of like mindlessly trading with a set. And when there's a Taliyah on the map and a Thresh that is extremely fast with Moby Boots, you can't just be standing in the mid lane. That's definitely a mistake, rather than a nice play from the side of Hanwha Life. Rift Herald number 2 on the map right now. They could potentially take it out here. Hanwha Life is really grouping up for that one. Lehends has been roaming so much. He's still level 7 in this game. He's down a level on Irove, who's been keeping it close to the team.
And at this point, Death Cap is what Ucal is going to need to complete before the next team fight. Not sure how far away it is, but it's very likely he'll have it before the final Cloud Dragon. QSS picked up on Set, so Death Realm not really going to be a possibility, although Set can itemize in a way where he doesn't care if he ends up getting Death Realm. So a very, very surprising, especially because Sword, yet again, building the Proto Bell. And it's very perplexing. It stunts Mordekaiser in the later stages of the game.
Yeah, and they are going to be pushing down mid here. They have the Rift Herald, but they decide not to use it. Not necessary. So Hanwha Life still holding on to this game with the Vice grip. Not really losing control of it here. Viper on his 3rd game of MF. Ended up picking up that cannon, for anyone curious. but hasn't been able to have too much of an effect in this one. Was able to pick up a kill in the mid lane. Wow, really getting value for that one.
And looks like Ucal might have his death cap available now. Nashor's Tooth can be the second item for Sword. And Ezreal, not sure how far away he is from the Trinity Force. He does already have the Ruby Crystal. They have 2 minutes until that dragon does end up spawning. This game is really not that close right now. Even if the gold grab does seem like, well, there's been plenty of games where a 4K gold lead doesn't really mean anything. But in this game, Hanwha Life are in such a comfortable position. The jungler also just so far ahead.
Yeah.
Haru. Up an entire core item. Cloud Dragon, 1.5 minutes, and Ucal really just needs some gold.
Struggling just a little bit. Hasn't even completed tier 2 boots. It'd be nice to see exactly how close he is with the soul point coming up here in just a minute and a half. He's backing now, so it's a good chance that he has the completion. There it is. And I wonder how highly Griffin is going to value this Cloud Soul.
Yeah,
Do you think they're going to go in and try to really force a fight? Or maybe you just say, go ahead and take it. Maybe we can get Baron and use that to get a leg up?
The thing is that Baron comes up, or well, Cloud Soul is alive when it's 21.5 minutes into the game. So you have a Misfortune that's 1.5 items. You have a Mordekaiser, 1.5 items. You do have an Orianna with 2 items, but this is not an insanely quick Baron clearing team. So even if Hanwha Life get the dragon, they could probably eat the dragon and then make it to Baron in time to end up having a team fight. So unlikely Griffin would be able to do that, as Vsta just going in, looking for some poke, 20 seconds.
This is like the new version of Tom Kench. You remember when it was Core JJ and Ruler just every time? Ezreal, Tom Kench, they'd sit mid, and the Tom Kench would be right behind the Ezreal, so he was never in danger. But now, you just put down a Lantern, and it's kind of similar. As he's arcane shifting over walls into 3 people, really doesn't seem to care at all. No Mundos given.
Rift Herald spawned in bottom, continues to extend the gold lead. Talia ultimate coming out. And you know what? I don't think Tarek really appreciated that.
He wasn't happy.
That was
like
not
he got bumped in line or something.
That was not the bounce house.
Hey, I'm walking
Oh my God.
Oh no! Cover your eyes! Tarek ultimate though, he's gonna flash in, and that will help out a lot. Viper doing a lot of damage in the back here. Orianna ultimate is not going to get off in time, in fact. But the 2 mid laners now down. Cuvee all alone here. He's going to have a little bit of help and set a pretty good champion. Really just tearing him down one by one. And even though Vsta really low on health, he's able to get in there.
Oh, another nice play.
Yeah, and get in there. Lehends is just popping off in this game. And although, for a moment there, we were wondering if Griffin could come back, it will be Cloud Soul given over to Hanwha Life Esports.
And now with that, they continue to further extend their gold lead. Remember, Set has been sitting on so much gold leading up to this fight. He's still just Trinity Force and Quicksilver Sash Set. So he goes in, gets the majority of the W damage off. Now, Sword did a really good job. He took Tempt completely out of the fight, even managed to bring him down. But everything else just going really terribly for Griffin. Haru, it almost actually looked like they were going to be able to kill him here, but not quite. As Viper just eventually runs for the hills. Again, Lehends with the timing on that Thresh play to bring down the Jarvan.
Yeah, and Cuvee just having another fantastic game on the set. I mean, they gave it over to him.
Adaptive health.
It's really good against Talia. So that's why he has built it.
That is one of the weirdest itemization choices I think I've seen. As Tarzan maybe looking a bit tilted. Vsta doesn't have flash though.
Doesn't matter, he's got Lehends, and that's all he needs. Tarzan all alone. switch back into George here, unfortunately. A Sword is going to get caught. Orianna's going to get caught. Ucal. And Cuvee is just a monster in this game. He's just running straight at them. Doesn't give any mundos. As that will be 3 kills in a row. Given over to the side of Hanwha Life with their Cloud Soul. It's so hard to outrun them too because they're so fast on the map with the Soul.
Yeah.
They're gonna get on top of the Baron. Take that out with ease.
Almost a 10,000 gold lead. Cuvee coming up here knows that his presence isn't necessary. And really, this is a very rough situation for Griffin. I don't think there's a way back into it for them. Their items are even working against themselves. These aren't the best items to have at this point in time. You can understand the logic of what they're trying to do here. Vsta doesn't have flash available. He just used Arcane Shift. But Lehends in such close proximity. Cuvee pile drive Sword right into the ground. Haymaker. And everyone just going down left, right, and center. I don't know who to give MVP of the game to.
Right now, it's so close between Cuvee and Lehends. It's hard. They're both vying for the spot. Lehends has just done so much on the map, not only in the bottom lane.
It's a good point, Alex.
That's a
very good point.
Didn't mean to influence your decision.
Yeah.
But Cuvee has been the leader in a lot of these team fights. And he's shown just really clean set once again. I mean, especially in that broken down fight around the Dragon Soul. He got on top of the Orianna, ended her so she wasn't able to do anything in the fight. He started it off with an incredible engage. I don't know, I feel like you and I should give one to each.
Oh,
I feel like that's fair.
Will it cancel?
Oh, it does! It cancels the recall out of the Mordekaiser. He's just got a TP.
Yeah, he needed to TP, not recall again.
Yeah, well, he's going to recall again. He's going to get there now. Here we go, Cataclysm just to get out of this one. They love one kill, but they just can't kill him. Cuvee is going to live at the back of it somehow, some way. This Cosmic Radiance is going to help out a huge amount of this fight, and the game is actually not over.
Yeah, the game is not over. Cuvee does have teleport, but...
Oh, he's going. Sword is going. You got to get out of there now. He's not really going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, that Death Grip was anticipating a Lee Sin Ward Hop.
Yeah, but he wants that kill. Vista's trying to do his best ruler/deft imitation. He really doesn't care. Look at him. He's going to Arcane Shift forward. Yeah, there he goes.
He's going to end up killing that control ward, most likely, as well as the Raptor can't. No, actually, just going to start right back over and try to kill these Raptors. As now the mid-tier 2 turret is going to end up getting raised. This will extend, well, it's already a 10,000 gold lead, but about to make it 11. Set up there in top lane. Level 16. Lehends doesn't manage to land a hook or anything right there, but Baron's still persisting on this wave. Tarzan's going in.
They've tried to kill Seth before, and I would have hoped they would have learned that it doesn't work.
Huh?
Oh, nice kick. He's going to get right in the back and assassinate the MF at the same time. Both Orianna and MF stood no chance, and that is going to be the end of this one. Sword saying, hey, this will help out my KDA. And down he will go at the end of it all. Anyway, triple kill to the Talia. Quick, clean, and easy it felt in this game as Hanwha Life strike back. And blue side will win 3 times in a row. As GG will be called 19-6. Lots of action in this one as Hanwha Life demolish Griffin in this entire game.
This is a, it looks like it's a growing trend.